Kellyanne Conway, who is a noted foreign policy practitioner and a very keen reader of the security situation in the South China Sea. Oh, no, excuse me. She's just Donald Trump's babysitter and a person without any soul or ethics. Was talking with Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday, and she addressed the incoming popular vote losers' calls with foreign leaders.
And I think one of the reasons such a big deal was made of it is because of the fact that the president-elect has had a number of controversial phone calls with foreign leaders. He reportedly told Pakistani Prime Minister would, quote, play any role you want me to play to address and find solutions to the country's problems despite Pakistan's relationship with terrorists. He also spoke with Philippine President Duterte, who's been accused.
Great guy. That guy. Great guy. Total tough line. Duterte is sort of like if Trump was actually personally not totally buffoonish, but sort of like 50-50 buffoonish and terrifying. President of the Philippines who's going on a killing spree of everybody that he claims is involved in the drug business. Terrifying guy. Go ahead.
Of ordering the murder of thousands of suspected drug dealers, which raises the question, Kellyanne, why is Mr. Trump refusing the State Department's offer to brief him before these calls, and why is he skipping the daily briefings, intelligence briefings that President Obama gets every day?
He is not always skipping those briefings, and he's briefed by any number of credible sources on these issues. And I think people, Chris, frankly, are cherry-picking about these world leaders and then they're accusing the president-elect of somehow countenancing some of these behaviors in these other places. But look, that's really unfair when you think about, we just had an election, and the opponent, Hillary Clinton, who was the Secretary of State, was using the State Department to get money from foreign governments like Saudi Arabia, which doesn't even respect girls and women. So I think people just have their hair on fire, particularly those who believe we're still entrenched in the permanent campaign.
I hope we're entrenched in a permanent campaign. So what she does there is she obfuscates, doesn't answer the question, then goes back to a talking point about the Clinton Foundation. And let me just read from, so President-elect Minority Leader, popular vote loser Donald Trump called the Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, which again, as I say, was surprising because he seemed to be sort of the one common theme of his cabinet is intense anti-Muslim sentiment, and he campaigned on outreach to the Hindu far right. So it was a surprising call. And the Trump team released a more sort of mellow version of this transcript, but the Pakistanis released the transcript, which, and I'll just read some random selections from it just to give you a flavor of the call. And it also might explain why he did end up calling the Pakistanis, because when you hear these quotes, it makes sense. It's a fantastic country, full of fantastic people. So now I get it. See, I didn't know that he thought the Pakistanis were fantastic. I would love to visit. Terrific. Sharif is also described as terrific. And Pakistanis are, quote, one of the most intelligent people. I'm ready and willing to play any role you want me to play and address to find solutions to the outstanding problems. Now, this is a Donald Trump quote back from January 2012, when I have to say, to Trump's credit, Nawaz Sharif was not leading Pakistan at that point. So maybe he's just really impressed with the Sharif administration. Get it straight. Pakistan's not our friend. We're giving them billions and billions of dollars, and what? And then there's a link, I would assume, what is it, to like WorldNet Daily? Pakistanis making us gay or something? So part of the reason, again, that this is controversial is because a visit to South Asia has to be incredibly delicately planned, because if you go and basically visit the Pakistanis before you visit the Indians are tremendously offended. And vice versa, but we overall have a better relationship with India because for all of its many, many flaws, India doesn't fund terrorist organizations that kill U.S. troops in Afghanistan, and maybe indirectly overall are planning sort of global terrorism, which the Pakistani government has been repeatedly implicated in. And yeah, go ahead.
Just to clarify this, go back to that tweet, Kelly. That link isn't to a source of like some like Los Angeles Review of Books article. It's actually the full quote. It's a tweet longer because he had more to say, and the full tweet is, "And what did we get? Betrayal and disrespect, and much worse."
Betrayal, disrespect, and much worse. Oh, look, I respect the guy who can change his mind. And then now...
when the facts change, I change my mind. What do you do, sir?
I stay current with facts on the ground. You're just stuck in ideology. By the way, Osama bin Laden, great guy.
The fact is, right now, I'm president.
Fact on the ground is I can call whoever the hell I want. And now I get to talk about more interesting things than renegotiating a mortgage on one of my mistress's apartments that I'm defaulting on. You know why? Because now I'm the leader of the free world.
Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Over. Subscribe.